Hey everybody. Sorry that I missed last week. My life has been a bit crazy with school and work and life. This is the last week that I will be posting on Tuesdays. Me and Oliver switched days, so I will be posting on Mondays now, and he will be posting on Tuesdays. And that'll probably start next week. I'm gonna quick cover last week's topic and then this week's topic. So last week's topic was how to get on testosterone. And in the United States, it's pretty much the same. But for my specific area of Louisiana, you have to be out everywhere for 6 months and live as male for 6 months to a year. They prefer a year, but they take 6 months. And then you have to see a psychiatrist. It can't be a therapist because they have to have an MD. And then they have to refer you to the endocrinologist, who then has that letter, and then you'll get hormones from there. So it's not that complicated, but the only thing that complicates it is that you have to have a psychiatrist instead of a therapist, so that's kind of a pain in the butt, because waiting to get into a psychiatrist takes a couple of months, and then waiting to get into an endocrinologist takes up to 6 months, and so it's just, again, the waiting game that we know all too well. Okay, so that's how to get on testosterone, at least in the portion of the state of Louisiana that I'm in. So this week's topic is being trans at college or high school, but I was not trans in high school. And this topic is a giant one, so I guess I'll try to hit the main points. I discovered that, my trans identity. Oh my gosh, my dog is licking herself. Dolce! I'm so sorry. Dude, could you be any nastier? Okay, well, there's a dog peep show for you, no big deal. Okay, anyways, back to the topic. Trans in college. Okay, so, yeah. I figured out that I was trans when I was about 21. And, so then from there, I wasn't really, in the safest of environments. And I know that this doesn't sound like it was a long time ago. I'm 25 now, I'm almost 26. So that was 4.5, 5 years ago. But, oh my gosh, my dogs. I don't know what's the deal. Anyways, that's 4.5, 5 years ago. But in the, we've come so far in terms of, equality laws and just general, knowledge of, everyday cis people understanding that there are transgender people out there and that it's not super rare. We've come a long way in those 4.5 years. So, back then, I was the only one that I knew of for a long time. And I felt very alienated and very weird. And I've always been in music school. So music school is essentially an extended high school. We all pretty much go to school in one building. And we do our gen eds, but then we have 8 or 9 classes in one building. And there are where I went to school first, there's probably 150 to 200 music majors, which sounds like a lot, but it's not when you divvy it out into instrumentalists and singers and people in your studio. And so, I saw the same 40 people over and over and over and over again every single day. And so it was too much for me to come out to them because I didn't quite know what to say. I didn't quite know what to do. And there were no regulations put in play for me to even be able to look up. And so You know, now I'm going to college again, and it's a lot easier for me to handle, partly because I pass a lot better than I used to, and also because I guess it's been 4.5 years, so I'm more confident. I guess I believe myself more. You know, when I was first figuring out that I was trans, I was like, oh gosh, this has got to be one of those things that this can't be my life. This can't be real. This can't. Like, you know, I was second guessing it the whole entire time, when really I should have just been validating it, and I wasn't. And so that then led to a lot of other complicated things. But I just didn't feel safe enough to come out. I started dressing more manly, for the stereotypical male dress. And I remember this one guy who always gave me, like, shit for being gay, and it was just, like, his way, and I'm sure that he doesn't even realize that it affected me, but he was like, wow, you look like a man today. And I was so happy on one end, and so, like, weirded out on the other. I wasn't ready to proclaim that, you know, I was still figuring out how to accept it myself, and I had only told, like, 2 people at that point in time. And so it freaked me out, and I literally never walked back into that building. I lost thousands of dollars of music in a locker that I never went to retrieve because I was too terrified to walk back into that building and to have to confront people that were small town, small minded. And, you know, it was terrifying. And so now it's a lot easier. You know, I live my life pretty much stealth, but at the same time, like, I'm not afraid to out myself. If somebody finds out and comes and asks me, that's okay. If they want to be more educated on it, that's fine too. So I'm not, like, stealth, but it's not like I don't wear, like, trans shirts. I don't. And again, because I live in a very conservative state, and especially in this state, I live in the most conservative part. And so just don't, like, advertise it to be the first thing that people know about me, I guess. But being trans in college is difficult. Especially when you don't have your name changed. Sorry, this video is going to be super long, but I have so much to say about this video, or about this topic. But I always, when I didn't have my name changed, I always emailed my teachers beforehand, told them the story, told them what was up. If I felt any prejudice from them, which I really didn't, but for the most part anyway. I think I dropped one class because I felt weird, but that was a couple of years ago. And so I haven't felt anything weird. But I always let my teachers know, even now, that my name has changed. All my teachers still know. Actually, that's not true. Almost all my teachers still know if I feel like they can handle it, because it eventually makes my life easier. Saying that I have an endocrinologist appointment, and the reason I have to go to that is because I have to get my blood work, and it's just because, again, I go to school in such a small building. I mean, really, now here, there are 40 musicians in this one building, and so the collective amount of people that I see every day is 20 or less every single day. And so the teachers know a lot about our lives, and so it just made it easier for me to be able to say my blood work's scheduled for now and I have to go in order to make sure that my hormone levels are okay, and they get it. And so then it's like we don't have to have that awkward conversation later. I just get it all out of the way up front. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, there's a lot more. So real quick, personal update. First of all, if you stayed around for this 9 minutes and 52 seconds, you're great, and I love you. And if not, oh well, because you didn't see that. But personal updates. I'm 2.5 months on T. I have a little mustache, which you're never going to be able to see on this video, but it's there. I look at it a lot. I've noticed my voice drop a little, not a ton. My fat has shifted. And if you follow me on my personal channel, I'm going to get into some of these topics later. I have a lot more fat than most people do, so I guess it's shifting around a lot sooner than a lot of people. I've noticed lots of hair growth. I only have a few zits. Like, they're pretty noticeable because I can't leave them alone. But pretty much it. That's like the big updates, I guess, with that. Also, if you don't follow me on my personal channel, you should. If you want to, I guess. And then I'm also going to do a question and answer thing. So if you, on my personal channel, so if you want to know anything about me, or have any trans related questions, I would love to hear them, and I will answer them in the question and answer video. I am not bashful, I'm not shy. I will answer whatever questions you throw at me, unless they're just completely rude, but I haven't gotten anything like that yet. So I'm not afraid to answer things like about bottom stuff, about surgeries, about hysterectomy, because I've had that, about voice stuff, about anything, really. And it could be as questions about my dogs, and why Dolce was licking herself. I probably won't be able to answer that, but anyways. So this video is so long, and I apologize. I will see you next week on Monday. Like the video, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. You can't like the channel. I don't know how that works. You can't do the like button. Anyways, bye. See you.